Nice. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Whole box. Here, get the whole thing like this. There. Whole box only, approximately 30 pounds, $20 a box. Less than 70 cents a pound, only by the box. So I have this idea. I saw this box today and at the farmer's market, and they had all these other boxes, and they were selling for like $2.23 a pound. And this thing said 70 cents a pound, and I thought, well, because who's going to buy all these old peaches? And I thought, I am. Well, I'm going to buy them all. I said, I'll buy the whole box for 20 bucks. Because I thought about Kristina, and she has the video about, look how much I eat in a day. And she has this thing where she's like, yeah, and then at lunchtime I eat 20 peaches. And I'm thinking, I could never eat 20 peaches, okay? I'm 3 weeks in to eating vegan, 3.5 weeks into eating vegan, and guess what? I could never eat 20 peaches yet. I don't have the appetite. And she eats. When you watch Kristina eat, she's just like, oh. God, that's good. But that's how she eats. She eats like a tiger biting into its prey, you know, on the savannah. She's like, oh. That's good. Maybe that's how she eats 20 peaches, because that is freaking ridiculous. Anyway, look at these. They're totally ripe. They might have a couple little brown spots, so what? I'll cut it out. But I had this idea like, all right, I've got my trusty scale here, which is the most awesome little scale I got at Goodwill, because it has a little adjuster up here. You can adjust the needle to set the calibrate, so it allows me to put my bowl on and calibrate it right to 0, which is totally cool. You see, it's only 20 pounds there. My bowl is 2 pounds. Boom. Now it's calibrated. See? So, my idea is basically to just learn about, I know I can juice, and I know I can drink tons of juice. So if Kristina can eat 20 peaches in a sitting, I want to see how many peaches end up in one of my jars, because that's what I'm all about, is using my Knudsen jars right here. Okay, I mean, you can see, if you come over here, look, there's just a pile of them right there. And I have more. There's more in the dishwasher. That's why I like them too, because I use them in the dishwasher, and it makes it manageable, instead of hand washing them. So my goal right now is to see how much I can deal with weight-wise. This box, if I put it on here, it just crushes the scale. It's 22 all the way around, so it's like at least 24 pounds. At least. Okay? So I want to see if I can blend a peach. I'm going to do peach, and I'm going to add this amazing mint that I got at that farmer's market too. So it's going to be peach and mint, and this is going to become, I want to see how many jars I can make. I'm going to pick out maybe half a dozen peaches, and there's a few nectarines in here that look really sweet, because then I can have a little hand-eating food. It's the end of the season. So here we're going to start, and we'll see what we get. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start washing and chopping. Like, look at that. See, that's, come look at that. See? That looks all terrible, right? Oh my God. Look at that. Don't eat it. It's so bad. Whatever, you know what I mean? It's just like you cut off the part that's bad. You're still going to have a beautiful piece of fruit. I got to take the pit out, but there it is. That's a lot of fruit material. So I'm going to go nuts, and I'm going to blend. And we'll check back in a minute with the blender and the Cuisinart, and we'll see what we got going on. All right, so I'm making up some peaches here from the box, right? There it is. And I'm basically reaching in and grabbing certain ones, and I'm just using my serrated knife going around the pit, twisting, and then you see there's like rot in there. I can pop out the seed, and I can just hack that guy. You know, and I'm checking for rotted spots, because I don't want my juice to turn bad on me too quickly. So I'm just take all the rot out, I don't mind this so much. I'm going to rinse that out a little bit. You can see by the color, the shape it's in. You can see by this tone of the skin. You see how it's nice and yellow? Mm-hmm. Right here it looks a little soft. See that little spot? You can take that out if you want. See what I'm doing? There it is. Okay. I guess I should say don't try this at home. This is me with years of working a knife. But obviously you do this on a flat surface if you're not comfortable with this kind of thing. I also work physically, so I have practice using my hands with sharp tools and things. Okay, there we go. Look at that nice piece of chunk. Whatever that's called. Meat, flesh. See, in both cases those words don't seem to fit, do they? Just a beautiful, beautiful body. That doesn't work either, does it? Meat, flesh, body. Look at those words. It's interesting, huh? Oh, this one. Are you seeing it up close or no? I want you to see the color of what I'm cutting out. See that? See that right there? That's what I don't want. See? So when it feels right, it's sort of a fuzzy little skin. Skin. But it's a fuzzy little skin, right? That we're used to on a peach. You know what it feels like. We've all had a good, nice, hearty peach. Now this one is pretty ugly on the outside, but inside it's totally fine. Look at that guy. It's beautiful. So next part here, this is what we got out of our box. All the rest got dumped. You can see how much we dumped in there. I'm going to wrangle through there for all these pits, and I'm going to pick them out and learn how to grow. I'm going to start learning how to grow some peach trees, because those are just beautiful. Okay, so we try my scale. See what our yield is. 9.5 pounds of peaches without pits. So let's call it 10 pounds. It's a little shy. Probably 9 pounds if I take the plastic off of there. So this is 9 pounds. 9 pounds of peach. I don't know how to compare that to how much a peach weighs. Let me try something. So I'm putting in the few peaches that I saved for eating, and we're just going to weigh that and see what I get. That's 2 pounds. Okay? So 5 peaches is 2 pounds. That's amazing. That means this is nearly a pound right here of peaches in my hand. Okay? 2 peaches is nearly a pound. What do we say? 5 peaches is 2 pounds. Kristina eats 20 of these in a sitting, let's say. So that's 4 times this amount. And this is 2 pounds, so 4 times 2 is 8. So 8 pounds, and this is basically 9 pounds. So if you can believe it or not, this is how much Kristina, Fully Raw Kristina eats at a sitting. And the truth is, in the mood that I'm in right now, and the appetite that I have and how delicious this all is, now I can kind of imagine just like eating all this and powering myself up with that much carbs and that much sugar. Because it just looks so good. I'm using the Cuisinart because it can handle the big chunkiness much better than, say, a blender. What I'm going to do is, I'm just going to move this batch to the blender. Okay? And then I'm going to keep this batch going. Okay. Now we're going to move this over into here. Very smooth. We're going to move this guy over into here. Very chunky. Don't mean to look all tight. adding it over here. This is just peach liquid. It's crazy, man. Okay, do you remember what our number was of total amount of peaches?
9 pounds.
9 pounds, right. And so we figured out that 8 pounds, based on our math, 5 peaches were 2 pounds. We weighed 5 peaches, they were 2 pounds. Multiplied 4 times, 20 peaches is about 8 pounds worth of peaches. With pits, let's say 9 pounds. I mean, it's basically the same neighborhood, right? And meanwhile, here's what we ended up with. This is what that entire box got converted into, okay? And now we're going to weigh, I should say, the total amount that of our yield. We have nearly 10 pounds here. There's more than what I weighed before. Is that possible? Well, same difference because basically it's 9, 10 pounds, however you want to slice it. Okay? I'm going to use my plastic bin. I'm going to use my plastic bin, which I use for pouring. At least one. That is some thick stuff, man. I wish I had something to water it down a little bit. It's awfully thick. That's beautiful. Alright, so a little bit of this in here, because you need a little bit of liquid. Just not happy with the thickness. And it's a smoothie, but boy is it thick, right? I'm going to mix in the mint there. So I added some water just to make it a little more fluid. And now I'm going to put it in here. Now it's looking awfully green. I don't mind the green though. I just like to rinse them before I fill, even though they're washed. Okay, come on. It's not going to quite fill the 5th one. And right there, that's 4. The problem with that is that each container right now is $5, and this doesn't do much to reduce that cost. So, from the standpoint of economy, the only thing I can consider is that if I paid the real price of the peaches to produce the same amount, it would have cost me about $40. Because this, I'm paying basically, a third of the retail price for these peaches. Of course, we didn't use all that weight. We didn't use all the weight. So I have to think about that too. I have to think about, I'd say it turned out that 50% of the weight was bad. Here we go. Right here. We got 4 of these guys and a half. 4.5. Okay? And cheers. This has got mint. This is peach mint. And before I refrigerate the others, it's always good to enjoy some at room temperature. Wow, that I really went hardcore on the mint. That's the second time that I feel like maybe I'm overpowering it with the mint. Now I have to try the one that was just peach. Wow. No, it's just that the peach itself is a strong taste. I mean, how often do you just drink some peach? Never, right? Cheers.